Hello, I'm Graham Greene. The program you are about to watch is a celebration of the vibrant arts and cultural scene right here in Stratford, Ontario, the place that I call home. Stratford Signatures is a reflection of what has taken place in this community over a relatively recent and brief period of time. Long before there was music, dance, and theater in the European or Western tradition, this land was home to a vibrant culture of another kind, an indigenous culture that flourished in synchronicity with Mother Earth. What we now know as Stratford is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Ojibwe, and Chippewayan peoples. They have been the stewards of this land for thousands of years. The Upper Canada treaties between these indigenous nations and the British Crown were meant to carry on our collective responsibility to sustain the land and environment in which we live and work, so that all peoples, present and future, may benefit from the sustenance it provides. As we join together, I ask you to recognize the historical importance and cultural contributions made by the Métis, Innu, and Indigenous peoples in the past, present, and future who have called this land their home since time immemorial. I certainly hope you enjoy the performances. May the joy of music, comedy, and conversation bring you a sense of peace and harmony and a promise of brighter times ahead.
Spring. The time of love.
No, it's a perfect day. I really, really miss being here.
Yeah, me too.
Remember we used to have fancy dinners over there?
I know.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful.
I know. You know, I miss theater. I miss coming to theater here. I miss the fabulous shows but you know what I miss?
What?
Riding the swans.
What are you talking about?
I miss riding the swans.
No, what are you...
Riding the swans, pedaling the swans.
Don't ride the swans here.
No, are you kidding? Oh, wait a minute. What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Toronto Island.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you ride the swans, a little, yeah.
Oh, no, but there's swans here, though.
Yeah, there are.
But you take Instagrammable pictures.
Yeah,
of
you can't
them.
ride them.
Yeah, and see that sign? Did
Yeah.
you know you're not supposed to feed them?
Yeah, because I can see that sign. It says,
Yeah.
do not feed the... Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I would be so bummed if I was a swan that they said, don't feed me.
I don't think they can read. They just don't... animals have a whole different system
They
than
have
we
a
do.
different perspective. Yeah.
You know what I miss? I tell you what I miss. I miss, the feeling that Stratford has when the festival's on. There's an excitement, going to the local stores.
Yeah.
And then, around, just before the show starts, you hear the trumpets off in the distance. 5-minute call, Mr. Hamlet.
5-minute call.
Yeah, I miss that.
Yeah, me too.
It'll happen again.
Yep.
We'll be
soon.
back. It will happen
Soon.
very soon. I wonder if they're hiring trumpeters.
I wonder. This looks weird. They said the theater by the river.
Yeah, this is, I guess, technically a theater. I mean, it's a stage.
Stage, yeah. I mean, the river's right over there.
I just find it odd that this is where Marcus, Nance, would perform. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been all over North America doing all kinds of venues, singing everything from Mozart to Rodgers and Hammerstein. Why would you have it here, like in front of with a road going
I know.
by?
No, this isn't up to his standard.
But it's up to our standards?
Oh, yeah. It's right in the pocket of our standards. No, this is weird. I don't, well, anyway.
Wait, do you actually hear something?
What?
Is it possible this is the wrong place?
Maybe.
Do you hear it? I'm pretty sure I hear it.
Well, yeah.
Maybe we're too close to the river.
Oh.
Maybe it's by the river.
By the river. That could be it.
Because up there is by the river, really.
Yeah, it's all by the river. I mean,
All right.
Stratford's by the river.
Just listen for him. You might hear him somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I'll keep my ears open. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever flight life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful. truly blessed and duly grateful. Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know even then, that somewhere you'll see her again and again. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing. You may hear her laughing across a crowded room, and night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her call you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own, or all through your life you may dream all alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go. This has obviously been a trying year for a lot of people. For many things, it has definitely been that for me. The shutdown of my industry, the pandemic, and also the police brutality that has affected people in my community. So I didn't want to pass an opportunity by to not pay tribute to some of those who we have lost this last year. So I took this Count Basie song and I made my own words to it, and hopefully this will have meaning for you. I can't breathe, that's what he said that day. Oh, I can't breathe, that's what he said that day. that poor man is dead, and all I can do is pray. My people are dying from Phoenix to Louisville, Lord. Oh, my people are dying from Phoenix to Louisville. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and don't forget Emmett Till. I look above, in the sky I see a dove, oh Lord. I look above, in the sky I see a dove. What the world needs now is love, 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 good old love. Oh, I can't breathe, that's what he said that day, Lord. Oh, I can't breathe, that's what he said that day. Now that poor man is dead, and all I can do is pray. Oh Lord.
Marcus Nance. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Beautiful spot, isn't it?
Is this your new office?
Yes, I wish. I wish. Come up, let's chat.
All right.
How are you, my friend?
I'm okay. It's early. I mean,
It is. I know you were singing quite early. It's beautiful.
Yes.
This is a gorgeous view, isn't it?
Oh my God, I love stained glass.
Yes, I know. I haven't been inside for so long, which speaks to my, I don't go to church that often, but I used to, as a kid, I used to do Kiwanis Music Festival here, so it's bringing back all sorts of memories.
Oh,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah, up on that stage, nervous with my. So I'm so excited to chat with you because we are neighbors. So I haven't had a chance. We usually see each other as we pass by, and you can see my cut up lawn or whatever. But it's nice to see you so close, within 6 feet.
Yeah.
So I want to just chat a bit about how it's been, because I haven't been able to chat with too many artists throughout all of this. So flash forward a little over a year ago, we were both in rehearsals for separate projects, and slowly but surely this wave moved in and we were moved out. And I think all of us as artists had to go through a real cathartic experience about what we were going to do. And I know my instinct for a while, and it still has been to just sort of cocoon in and try and figure out who I am and what I'm doing. Talk to me a little bit about, because I don't know the story, Preacher's Son. I want to just chat a little bit about what molded you as an artist. So what was that? Tell me a little bit about growing up in that environment.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be able to do a whole story of that for Stratfest at home. But yeah, I grew up, my dad was a preacher, and I grew up in the church. It was sort of our social network. And that's where I really believe that's where I learned to be an artist and to communicate language. I mean, if you are singing for your salvation, literally at church, you're singing to go to heaven and not to go to hell, you're going to mean that, right? I mean, and that's where I learned, authenticity of words and how to get that across.
Yeah, and it's funny, our two experiences, because I think I studied politics, and worked at the legislature, so I learned my acting on that side. But
Right.
but I think I've always liked to think of theaters as cathedrals in a way. I think there's a spirituality in what we do and a connection. So that must have imprinted on you as a young man and learning that. Douglas Campbell, I always used to talk about an ectoplasm that goes between a performer and an audience. And certainly in a church, that ectoplasm is alive and well, whether you're speaking songs or singing the gospel or something. It's a beautiful connection. So you probably rooted that as a young person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And there's an audience in church, right? And and if you go to the black church, then there's an audience that really responds.
Yeah. Yes.
And if they don't respond, then you feel like you're failing, right? Just like in theater.
There's no fourth wall.
Oh, there's no fourth wall at all. So yeah, that's kind of where I started. And,
Yeah. That's lovely.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about your song choice. I know that has deep resonance and meaning for you. So tell me about I Can't Breathe and why you put that together.
Well, it was interesting. It took me a long time to figure out what songs I wanted to sing for this Stratford Signature performance. And I definitely, I picked Grateful, which I am grateful. And I love living in Stratford. I'm grateful for what this town is for me and does for me. So I chose that song. Some Enchanted Evening was a song that it was Pacific. It was one of the first shows I saw here. And so I wanted to present that. But I Can't Breathe, I didn't want to pass this opportunity and not talk about something that's really affected me and my community. And so I was a bit shy about bringing it to this venue, but I thought it was important not to withhold that.
I heard you, or I read in an interview you did that which stuck with me is that as artists we do art often to escape, and I certainly have noticed that in this shutdown that I miss the mental escape for myself. I gravitated to art because as a child I loved to escape into places like this and sing and perform. I could go somewhere. So we lose something as artists in that, but I think given what's happened in the world lately, the fact that we haven't been able to escape is actually quite a good thing, and it's centered people's energy on issues that were long overdue, I think, to look at.
I do. I think so. I don't know. I don't know that we would be this advanced in the conversation if life were normal. So I think I don't wish for a pandemic. God, I wish it wasn't here. But I do think that the fact that that is our world, it did give us a time to pause and listen and learn.
Yeah, and as artists and creators, I think that's important because we get on these treadmills and we don't take the time to really meditate on what we're doing. And I guess the hope is that when we come back, that art will be empowered with all of those feelings.
I hope. I really do. I believe so. I mean, this is it's been a year and a half that we've been silent and listening. It's great.
I want to chat a little bit about what's coming up. So you have a bunch of projects on the go. Where do I start? How about creating and curating and directing seems to be a bent for you down the road. Is that something you're interested in doing?
I'm not sure that I would say I'm the director, but I am listed as a director because I've curated it and because I will be doing some direction in it. But I'm really excited. It's hopefully if the numbers are good, then it'll all come through. But Why We Tell the Story is a cabaret that I put together of Langston Hughes and Maya Angelou poems and musical theater songs from the Black musical theater canon. Right. And I'm really excited to bring those songs together and have them sung here in Stratford.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I was inspired by a couple things you said. I'm going to meld them together, but you talked about just as artists, sort of, I know you said you've been watching a lot of dancers and things online and being inspired by that, and I think you said something to the effect of leaning into the impossible. And I loved, I think the quote before you did one of the Stratford online concerts was, it's about loving and being loved. So I know those are so general, but tell me where we go as an industry and artists, where you want to see us go, how we lean into that side of it.
Yeah. I like to break it down, make it really, really simple. Like there's a lot of conversation and a lot of things to digest, but I think when it comes down to it, it's just caring about other people. It's caring about that deaf person who wants to be an actor, or that a black person who wants to be an actor. It's just a large group of people who just all want to do what we're doing. And I just want to open the door so everybody can come in. And while we're doing it, that we're happy doing it, that it's fun. Yeah. And I think that's the best way to make art. Yeah. Like if we're confident and it's fun and we're listening to each other, I think that's how we make great art.
I love it. I mean, I said years ago I was proud and still am to be a part of this industry and business because, quite frankly, we go to work every day with our hearts. You know, that I think that's why we all gravitated to it, and I miss that so much. I miss that connection. So
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
There's so much empathy and sympathy because, for one thing, we have to become these characters that aren't who we are. So we really have to understand who that character is, and I do think that it brings empathy, understanding of people who are different from ourselves, because we have to play those people and be those people and believe how those people believe.
You've done so much. Do you feel like you can access that better through song or through theater? I know you've done fairly intense dramatic parts down to Shaw and here as well, but you're known as an opera singer. Do you find you can access that connection through song better, or does the medium matter to you?
It's my favorite. It's song. Song is and I think that's because I love music. Like I can listen to a cellist play. There are no words, there's no story. I can weep, I will weep. I can hear Brahms symphony, I will weep. Why is that? There's something gorgeous in that music. So I think if you add words to it, that makes it even more powerful. And that really works for me. That really does.
I feel that. I sang when I was young and loved it, and I think for me, that's why I connected to Shakespeare, because I always see it as music. It's vibrations and it's poetry. And
beautiful poetry,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and it was interesting because this year, 2020, I was supposed to do The Monster and Frankenstein. I was very excited about that. Yeah. And there were a couple of monologues taken from the book there wouldn't have been any music for me, but the words, the poetry was heartfelt, and the angst of this monster, not understanding why he wasn't accepted, not understanding why he was made but thrown aside, which to me very much relates to a lot of things that a black man feels. And I was really excited about doing that. So that there would have been no music there, but it was poetry that I think I would have been able to carry because of my musical background.
Beautiful. I hope I get to see you do that one day. I
hope it happens.
Saw somebody speak online about sort of thinking about a word as a BIPOC artist, and the word they came up with was one of resilience, I think, which is maybe what you're speaking to. And anyway, I very much look forward to seeing much more of you. I am really a fan, my friend. I think...
well, that goes both ways.
Well, you're an inspiration, and I hope we see much more of you directing, creating, singing, all of those things. But
thank you.
First and foremost, just to be in a theater together would be wonderful.
Amazing.
But for now, we'll take this gorgeous cathedral.
We will. Stained glass and all.
Nice to speak to you.
Thank you very much.
And I'll see you around the neighborhood.
We'll see you around the neighborhood.
Very good.
Oh my goodness, it's so lovely.
Stunning.
Piano.
Oh,
piano,
there you go. She's found her
piano.
toy.
Oh, I'm so excited. And
Oh,
I've
nice.
got a little something for you,
What?
my darling.
No.
I wrote it last week. I was waiting to present it to you.
Stop. It's too much.
What?
It's hauntingly powerful.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's so
I'm
good.
so happy you're moved.
Oh, no. You've got to promise me you'll never play that again.
I'll never play it again.
It means I can't bear the thought of someone else hearing such...
That was it. It was in the moment. It was our moment.
Oh, it's really too bad because, I mean, luckily we have a lot of music in the show tonight.
Yes.
No, I'm really looking forward to is Britta and Anna
Oh,
Johnson.
me too. Oh, me too. They're wonderful.
They're delightful, aren't they?
They are, and they're songwriters as well as performers.
I know. They went to school here in Stratford, and separately, together, they are a force. And when you watch them perform, you can't help but just It's infectious. You just want to...
It is. You know what? I should write something for them on the spot.
Oh, okay. I still can't believe you've never had a lesson.
I know. Sometimes you're born with the knowledge already in you.
Yeah.
Do you find?
Oh, absolutely.
I instinctively, when I was a child, knew that this is where I was meant to be. Ow. Ow. Except that part. I never liked that part.
I'm just going to check the doors one more time.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Anika Johnson, and this is my sister Britta.
Hi.
That's my sister. And we're so thrilled to be here to share some of our music with you today. We're going to start with a piece that I wrote for some of my incredible young students, and it's kind of about why the arts are so important. My dad had an old scratchy record of Jesus Christ Superstar. My sisters and I would make living room dance routines. I would play Judas and jump from the couch as I sang at the top of my lungs, 'cause I felt so much without knowing what it means. And each year for my birthday, my family would drive to Toronto. I would wear my best dress for the Nutcracker Ballet. The sound of the orchestra tuning felt like a magical spell being cast to make everything beautiful at the matinee. We would sit there in the dark, all our eyes like constellations glowing and shining. My very first show, I played chorus in Anne of Green Gables. I mostly just stood in the back and sang along. When they got to the scene where Matthew died, I would stand and cry in the wings. I always cry when I hear that song. I would stand there in the dark, let the music come and take me flying and falling and letting go of anything that lies outside this glow. It's the closest thing to magic that I know. We stand here in the dark, and we all believe in magic together, and we follow where it's leading, 'cause the kind of love it lets you feel is love that you've been needing. It's so hard to explain in words, I guess. That's why we need music. That's why we need music. Thank you. Thank you, Britta.
Thank you, Anika.
So as I said, we're sisters. I'm older, she's younger, so I boss her around a lot. Including when we chose our set list today, but though I think we kind of agreed on the songs that we wanted to choose. We're gonna share a few songs that we've written that feel like they say something important in this moment that we're all living in together, which is such an intense collective moment. We both grew up in Stratford. I went to Falstaff Public School and then Hamlet Public School and then King Lear Public School.
I really thought as a kid that all public schools were named after Shakespearean characters, and then all my friends in Toronto went to like Central Tech.
I know.
Very disappointing.
I know, and they didn't understand about Portia or Anne Hathaway. And I really wish I'd kept the gear from the Hamlet Hornets or the King Lear Cougars, because that was such good swag. King Lear Cougars, though, actually takes on it's an odd choice. Anyway, growing up in Stratford was such an incredible way to come of age as an artist. You're surrounded by other artists and held up by a community that really cares about each other.
Both of our parents were pit musicians at the festival, and some of our earliest memories were parading around as they did their route, playing the fanfares before each of the shows. My mom tells me that before I could talk, I would imitate the way she played trumpet. I have a very good mouth trumpet. You might hear it later.
We'll see, if you're lucky. But anyway, as I said, we are songwriters, or I didn't say that, but we are. We're songwriters. We mostly write for musical theater, and we often write together. So we're going to share some pieces today. Starting with one from a show that Britta wrote called Life After.
I started the show when I was a teenager, and it's kind of grown up with us. Anika premiered the lead role in the Toronto Fringe in 2016, and then it's gone on to play. She's then served as the dramaturg on the process with me, so we've worked on it together for many years, first at Canadian Stage, at the Old Globe in San Diego, and on the other side of this pandemic, it's supposed to go to the Arena Stage in Washington, hopefully soon. This is a show about grieving and about growing up, which feels like something we've all been doing a lot of this year, so we've been singing this song a lot.
Then we're going to flow directly into our next piece, which is called The Most Beautiful Song. And we're not trying to compliment ourselves. You can see that it makes sense when you hear the song. It's not the most beautiful song, or you can decide for yourselves. But
you can decide which is the most beautiful of the set. That's up to you.
Exactly. It's from a show that we wrote together that premiered in Toronto in 2018 called Dr. Silver, A Celebration of Life, which takes place at the funeral for a cult leader. You don't need to think about that. But it's another piece about loss and transformation. So I hope you enjoy it. Poetry and The Most Beautiful Song. These days I've thought a lot. I've thought a lot about the way I feel about you. I've thought a lot. These days I've got a lot of reason to doubt you, yet to live without you. I've never been much of a poet. I never could touch with words like you. I've always just thought that we should say things how we see them. The sun is hot, the sky is blue. But suddenly I'm out of words. I'm out of words. Suddenly I'm out of words. I'm out of words. This is bigger and brighter and wider than I ever knew. Losing is confusing. What once was black and white has changed to gray, all different shades, so strange and new. And there's a certain poetry in knowing you, a certain poetry in losing you, a certain poetry in knowing not a single word or phrase could ever do, not for you. Because my former logic won't apply when it feels like rain and yet the ground is dry. And when I love you but I hate you and I can't articulate exactly why. I've never been much of a poet. I never could touch with words like you. I've always just thought that we should say things how we see them. But how I see you and me, how I see you and me, you and me. lot like poetry. On the night I was born, my father was speaking at a conference in Washington. I think he was talking about the impact of music on the mind. It was 48 hours before he finally got to hold me, and they say the thing he told me was, "You're the most beautiful song that I've ever heard. You're the most beautiful song that I know." When my sister was born, my father held my hand and walked me in to meet her. He looked so happy and so tired and excited and alive. I was scared to hold her, but he said I'd be okay, and then I knew just what to say. I whispered, "You're the most beautiful song that I've ever heard. You're the most beautiful song that I know. You're the most beautiful song that I've ever heard. You're the most beautiful song that I know." As our father got older and his health began to slip, I'd sit beside him. He was pale, his hands were soft, and he was gentle like a child. As he slept, I couldn't leave him there alone. I'd softly sing the words I'd known forever. You're the most beautiful song that I've ever heard. You're the most beautiful song that I know. And when I was sad or I was afraid of the end, he'd say, "You are an instrument for God to play. And soon we'll be free, my girl, believe me, girl, we'll sing the most beautiful song that we've ever heard. The most beautiful song that we know. Sing the most beautiful song that we've ever heard. The most beautiful song that we know. Sing the most beautiful song that we've ever heard. The most beautiful song that we know. Sing the most beautiful song that we've ever heard. The most beautiful song that we know. Well, we have one more for you, and we're going to take it out on a bit of a lighter note, because I think that would do us all good. And also because it's part of my prerogative as an older sister, I've acted as a bit of a bully here, and I'm forcing Britta to switch spots with me and come sing lead on this, because, well, you'll see, it's worth it. So we're going to switcheroo, and we'll be back with you in about 2 seconds. Here we go.
Hey, I'm here now, comfortably so. The final song we're going to do today is from a show called Big Box Story, which I wrote when I was 16 years old in high school. With the bravado and audacity that only a 16-year-old engaging in a political discourse could possibly have, I decided to write a musical to help in the fight against Walmart coming to town. If you've driven down Ontario Street recently, you know that we did not win that fight. But something incredible happened instead, which is that you know what? Could I get some underscore? Actually?
I think it'll
Thank
improve.
you.
There
That'll
we go.
make me feel less exposed. Yeah. I really love to talk to underscore, so I'll be talking for a while. I wrote this show, and it starred 40 of my classmates. And it started as a small idea, and it grew and grew until the entire community kind of lifted us up and was behind us. It had 2 extended runs at our high school, and then it was invited to perform on the stage at the Avon Theater. And that summer, every single business downtown dedicated their windows to advertising our show. I would see people on the street wearing our T-shirts. It was this incredible moment of community support. It changed my life. It changed the life of so many of my classmates. It launched my career, and it's kind of the power of a community like this, what we can do for each other when we hold each other up, and what an artistic community can do for each other. So we were trying to figure out what to sing today and realized that this song, the lyrics feel very pertinent right now. But I want you to know that in this moment in the show, it's about a group of ragtag store employees at a fictional corporation called Hogsmart who, through a very farcical adventure, end up toppling the entire corporation. And this is the final moment in the show where they know they can't go back to where they were before, but they don't really know what lies ahead either. And they're standing kind of at the same point as all of us right now. So don't take the words literally. I'm not telling you to go outside yet, but soon. And there is hope for tomorrow if we engage in community and artistry. All right, here's a song I wrote when I was 16. Please enjoy. Let's go. Hey there, Hogsmart, why so grim? Can't you taste the freedom, a new beginning to begin? We've been living stationary long enough to know standing still is nice and all, but that won't make a show. Take a step now, go out and face the great unknown. Once you reach the exit, the doors will open on their own. I know it's inconvenient, but it's time to face the truth. Convenience ain't what matters in the end, and here's the proof. That out past Reg's smoking spot, beyond the Hogsmart parking lot, there's something we all long forgot. Just don't despair, it's waiting there. Yeah, there's a world out there. Just gotta look a little further. There's a world out there. You've got a lot to share. If you never stop believing, there's a world out there. I know that there are reasons to be fearful, and I know that there are reasons to stand still. But your heart, it keeps on beating, keeps on loving, keeps on needing. And don't that give you something? Don't that give us something? Don't that give us something to fulfill? Thank you so much, Stratford Signatures, for having us. Thank you to my amazing sister, Anika, for singing to me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the city of Stratford for raising us. Please join for the final chorus. I'm sure you know the words by now. We figured in a song like this, you should finish with a key change. Yes? Here we go. Everyone at home, all together. Yeah, there's a world out there. Just gotta look a little further. There's a world out there. You've got a lot to share. If you never stop believing, there's a world out there. I know that there are reasons to be fearful. I know that there are reasons to stand still. But your heart, it keeps on beating, keeps on loving, keeps on needing. And don't that give us something? Don't that give us something? Don't that give us something? Don't that give us something?
Thank you so much.
Welcome. It is so wonderful to finally sit down with you. You've been on a roll, so I can't catch you, but now I have you here in this beautiful church, so it's nice to have a second to sit down and chat.
We're so excited to be here. Very.
Okay, first questions first. We all grew up in Stratford,
Yes.
so there's pros and cons with that. We won't talk about the cons, we're going to talk about the pros, which there are many. So you guys both went to King Lear, Stratford Central. I want to just chat a bit about how this town influenced you as artists in those early days, I would say.
I mean, we grew up in this weird ecosystem where it would have been much stranger if we announced that we wanted to be doctors or lawyers, because our parents were both musicians. All of our friends were second-generation artists. Their parents were working at the festival. Yeah. So it felt perfectly natural to pursue the arts. And that's a magical thing.
Yeah, and it was like an incredible artistic community. There was always, I mean, you know the festival exists, but there's also just a huge community of artists always creating and working, and a really creative space to grow up as a kid. And like, and the town kind of raises you. Like you know a lot. You have a kind of whole system of adults who are taking care of you, who
teaching you and mentoring you, and
who were all kind of visionary creators. And we took it for granted growing up, and then we move away and realize that this was a a spectacular place. To,
I like the town raises you. That's nice.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And you always carry a little piece of that with you wherever you go. I have a big place in my heart for this town. I remember coming back, and I had some intense phone call going on at the Zares over the lettuce or something, and I was yelling at my agent and realized there was a woman about 2 feet off waiting for me to end the call, and I hung up, and she's like, "I just want to say we loved you in this play," or something. But there's always that element that the town is, so you have to sort of watch what you're saying.
There's that too. As a teenager, if ever I wanted to sneak around or be bad, it was really hard, because then Sheila McCarthy would call my mom and be like, "I saw you."
That's true. Now, part of what goes with that, I always say, is I was, I think, a 10-year-old when I was at Stratford, so I used to be able to sneak in the back and watch the plays. Did you guys get in like that too? Were you,
Big time, yeah. I mean, our parents were pit musicians and, would do the circuit of fanfares before every show. So sometimes we would just go hang out.
We like to just go watch the fanfares at intermission and follow them around. Sometimes we'd get to sit with them in the loft or the pit and watch the show from that perspective.
But
so
we'd also
really,
just see the shows.
It gets into your DNA, doesn't it? Because you're part of it growing up.
And you see the many different types of roles that exist in the arts that aren't just the people you see on stage too. Like, you're really aware of those other roles. And of course, also, we just got to see a lot of shows many times. We got really into the Man of La Mancha when it was playing.
Oh yeah, we saw that 11 times.
Yeah.
We couldn't
I don't know why we loved that one so much.
It unlocked something in us. We were obsessed. We had the soundtrack. It was like a big deal.
So here's how we diverged, because you saw Man of La Mancha 10 times. I saw Macbeth 17 times.
Oh,
so that's why I went that way.
I mean, that too. But we just had more access to the musicals, I guess.
Do you guys know, so I have an office above the train station, and I love this story, but every time a train would go by, I would whistle the fanfare. Tell me when this makes sense to you. So it happened again and again. I'm like, wait a minute. The fanfare goes ba 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 ba, ba is the note of the train whistle. And I asked Auntie and others, and sure enough, Louis Applebaum composed the fanfare
you do that on purpose?
off a train whistle. Yeah. So now, whenever you listen to the train in Stratford, you will hear the fanfare.
I'll know how to start that.
And it was so weird, because it's so in my head. I would go, ba, 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 ba. I would always finish it. Yeah, there you go.
I think that is the exact pitch. Do you have perfect pitch?
I wish.
Sure.
So, okay, now I want to get into, you guys have, I don't even know where to start. You guys have been on such a role and amazing. You chatted a bit about being in high school and loving The Simpsons.
Yes.
I want to know how that inspired you in your creative, but you said it was a bit of an escape, right? You always used art or music as an escape.
I mean, initially how I started writing for theater was kind of an excuse to hang out with my friends and laugh. Truly, we would, sometimes alone, sometimes with a friend, we'd write these kind of outlandish farces that would have a big cast, and we'd get out of class to do it. And really, The Simpsons was my biggest influence, which is weird because now it's a perfect show. Odd that I've gone on to write quite serious musicals, mostly about loss. But in the early days, it was really about community and about laughter, and that is, I think, a thing we have to discuss when we talk about what are arts for. They're for community and and for a shared experience that is special and yours. And that was a big part of my growing up, was making these silly little shows with my friends to laugh at each other.
And do you find you can carry that? I know that as an actor too, and I like doing skits, and now you get into the professional world, and sometimes that world changes that on you, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
I want to get back. Do you find you can bring that into your work now, that initial joy?
We work with each other, like we're sisters. So the same muscle that was making up stupid skits and goofing around as little kids is the one that we use now as we work. And I think it is a big ingredient in when we are successful as writers, we're kind of channeling that original pure sibling energy and bringing it into the room.
And of course that sense of collaboration has a great history in
Especially we know how to fight. Like, it's an amazing thing to collaborate with a sibling because we've seen ourselves through some of the most vicious fights of my life and still loved each other on the other end. So when we disagree about something, the work is inevitably hard at certain points, but we have a huge amount of faith in our ability to survive that.
And as we kind of grow up and become more established as artists, now we realize we are central in kind of setting the tone in our rehearsal rooms when we're developing a show, so we can make it feel like the way we create together, a collaborative environment where we laugh really hard and where people feel safe in their unfinished ideas. So I think that the same sentiment that was where it was born for us is what we try to carry into our work.
I love that. I mean, I love a collaborative room and stuff, and I know you guys would bring that into your work, and that's spectacular. So, tell me a little bit about, I've heard you also speak about sort of traditional musical theater and where you guys want to go with it. How is that new voice, and maybe that can lean into some of your song selection that you're doing for this piece. How does that manifest itself?
Well, I feel like we're always really interested in writing stuff that expands the definition of musical theater, because when it's functioning well, a musical is just using the highly evocative tool of music to drop you into the middle of a moment in a way that nothing else would do as quickly and as powerfully. So that can take a lot of forms. Like, we have shows that are more traditional musicals, and then one of the shows that we're going to perform a piece from today is about a cult, and it's all electronica music. They're not the piece we're going to play now, but it's Dr. Silver, a celebration of life, which is set at the funeral of a cult leader and is all done in time in a site-specific production, and it's so. I think we're always trying to do new weird things. I'm working on a new show now for Crow's Theatre that's a verbatim musical about professional competitive hot dog eaters.
Fantastic.
Where we're sort of aestheticizing these monologues about how to eat 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes and then turn it into an emotional musical theater piece. So I think the form has an infinite capacity to expand and evolve, and we're excited to work on that.
Music is an incredible storytelling tool, and that can take a lot of different shapes, and that's what we're kind of interested in exploring. What stories, what can music do that wouldn't be possible if we weren't using music, which sometimes I think in more traditional musicals might not be how it's used, but that's kind of what we're interested in doing.
And maybe melding between, I think I heard you speak in an interview about that horribly awkward moment sometimes in musicals when you transition from speech to music, right? It's like, I love you, I will sing now about that.
And you start.
So maybe the form, you're finding different ways to maybe meld those two things a bit too.
Yeah, it can do a lot for the rate in which a story is told, or the manner it's told, how we use time, how we use space. It can give a lot of information without exposition. So that's a really great way to tell a story, I think.
Yeah. And we're both big music fans outside of the theater world, and so most of our influences are coming from there. And the feeling of being in a concert and being in that collective experience, if you can create that in a theater, it's a really exciting thing.
But saying that, we had the rare, privilege of growing up and seeing Man of La Mancha 11 times.
Among other great musicals.
Oklahoma 28 times. So that's also it's there to call upon, and we're grateful to this town for that.
Yeah, it creates a foundation, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
So flash forward, I don't know, you guys are going to be on Broadway in 2 years, but let's flash forward to 10 years. Where do you want to be? What would be the dream? Still working together, hopefully?
Definitely still working together. I mean, if the past couple of years have taught us anything, it's that you can't predict anything at all. And it's forced us to work in a way where the means has to be worth it. The journey has to be worth it as we're doing it, because who knows how work will be shared. Yeah. So it's hard to think. I haven't let myself think 10 years down the line for a bit. But I hope that we're still working together. I hope we're getting to perform together. I hope that we have a place to stay in Stratford still, because it feels like home to us, and I think always will.
You always come back, but I hope, I mean, your voice as collaborators is so unique, and there's a little bit of Stratford in there. So when you conquer the world, remember us all here in Stratford, bring your talents back, and I hope to see you around for many years to come.
Oh yeah, this town isn't getting rid of us for a long time.
That's very good. Thanks, guys.
Well, at this point in the show, we're going to take a short intermission. So you can go have a drink, make a snack.
Have a comfort break.
I was trying to find the right way of saying that, but that is the perfect
It's
way
nice.
of saying
It's a
it.
classy
Isn't it?
way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so when you come back, we'll be right here.
You bet. Do you have a sandwich? Like in your coat or your pants or something?
First of all, why would I have a sandwich in my pants?
I don't know,
I
I
can
was
barely
just-
get my legs into my pants.
I know, I was just hoping. I'm really hungry.
Hungry? You eat on the way here.
I know, I'm hungry again.
God, you're eating like a bird.
What?
Yeah. You know, birds eat like 100 times their own weight. You know, just.
Oh, then I eat like a bird.
How did that happen?
I don't know, maybe I'm pregnant. A miracle!
It happened.
Who's pregnant?
Oh, no. Don't be spreading that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. Doing the
It would be the
Stratford.
perfect place, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would.
yeah.
Yes, it would.
For a miracle.
I'm well. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
How's it going so far?
Oh, the show?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's going well.
If we were talking
Just
about
life
life,
in general.
I was just going to get into the 60th year. No, it's going really well. It's been
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Good.
Yeah.
And things are going well with you?
They are. Yes, it's nice to see you guys in person.
Yeah, it's
See you on-
lovely to see you.
We have to do an interview.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, I am here with Colin and Deb, my dear friends and Uber talents, and I see you guys are everywhere. I think you're doing everybody's fundraiser in the country right now. So, how have you been? It's a weird one to ask amidst all of this, but...
You know, I'm always hesitant to say we've been great because it reflects badly on the tragedy
Yes.
that befell us 15 months
I know,
ago.
I know.
And especially when parts of the world are in such bad shape, and even worse than Ontario, and that's saying something. But we've been good. We've spent a lot of time together. We've been really creative.
Okay, so I want to know, so at the start of the pandemic, we chatted on Ghostlight, and things
Oh,
were
yes.
great.
Yeah.
I think they were great.
They
now
were.
you spent
Oh,
a
the
lot of
relationship,
time
yeah.
together, indoors. How's it going?
It's actually been good still.
It is, yeah.
We've had a couple of shows together. I think that helps when we can be creative. And also Deb has a lot of projects. During this time, she's written like a couple of scripts. She's working on getting this short film produced. I go upstairs and play a little game on my computer.
Well, that's a nice balance.
Yeah, so it works out
is.
nicely,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm taking painting classes, singing classes, dance classes.
And gardening?
And
You're
gardening.
into that? Okay.
Again,
Okay.
I'm playing a little game up in my room.
So now, but you have stuff planned. You're going down to the States?
I'm
You're-
going to Sault Ste. Marie to do it's that time of year where you think about Christmas.
Yes.
So I'm doing a Christmas movie where I play Santa, which will be fun, and I don't actually have to put on weight. I'm set.
In Sault Ste. Marie?
In Sault Ste. Marie,
That's Santa Claus in Sault Ste. Marie is quite something.
Yeah.
So we chatted earlier in the pandemic about comedy being sort of cathartic and being needed right now. Is that I always wonder with you guys, because you're very funny and everyone asks you always to be funny. Do you ever get just like, we're over it, I want to be dramatic and serious, or you enjoy leaning into it?
I mean, so many people come up and say, especially during this time, people are saying we've been binging Who's Line, and because you tend to forget, because we're having fun at what we're doing, that it actually is, in some ways, an essential service. Because even just for that little stretch of time, people aren't thinking of anything except having a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been laughing a lot. And it's good. It's a good thing.
How does that work? A lot of our stuff hasn't been live, so you're doing comedy without audiences sometimes?
Yes.
Is that a strange experience? Yes.
And here's our mindset. They are loving it.
Yeah.
It is the most hilarious.
You can vent anything you want.
There's
I love it.
nothing to
Thing
say
they've
they're
ever
not
seen.
enjoying this.
No, it's a standing ovation every time.
Yeah,
time.
it doesn't bring you down. You don't go, boy, that landed flat.
Yeah.
Because in your world,
Everything's
brilliant.
perfect. But it is odd. I've been doing some teaching, and at one point I insisted that everyone turn their mics on because I literally can't hear you don't get anything back.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing online.
Yeah, it is, but especially for doing corporates, it's fabulous.
It's fabulous. It really is. Because they're relaxed, they're at home, there aren't awards being given.
Right.
We can't hear anything.
No. And you just know there would be silence anyway in the real world. So it's just nice
Yeah,
to
we
pretend
used to
that
say a day without laughter is a corporate. It's true.
Yeah, yeah.
So plans after this, if this lifts, are you guys, you're enjoying your home life, you're enjoying
Yeah,
staying
I said when this
together.
ends, my plans are
Yeah.
to stay home and avoid people.
Yeah.
So not much difference. But I think, I mean, we had planned some vacations.
Yeah.
We were going to go to Spain with our daughter, Spain and Portugal.
It was going to be 3 months after the first lockdown.
So I think that's the thing we really missed.
We
from
miss
this.
traveling, and we've got projects on the go. I'm producing a movie this summer. And
Now tell me, I spoke to Anika and Britta about, there's siblings working on projects together, and they said they can make it work, I think, because they know each other so well. So if the fights or breakdowns happen, you don't really have a choice. You got to come back to that person. How is working, if you're doing some of these together, is that working out?
we're great.
I'll let Deb talk first, Colin.
We're great improvising together.
Yeah.
We love that. And this is sort of the way we talk at home. When it's a structured project, I'm Monica. I'm
Everything is
Monica
based
from
on
Friends. Yeah,
Okay,
everything.
okay, now I get the connection, right?
And Colin hates the process of writing. He likes when it's all done. And I'll go, what do you think? No, it's good, it's fine. It's well, no, because like I'm always trying to, but we're not great actual writing partners.
No.
Would you agree?
No, I'm.
Because I want to do
My
it.
thing I love to do is, yeah. And I learned that fairly quickly in the process.
Yeah.
And
The
it's
marriage
great
works so well.
because I'm pretty lazy. What I like doing is sort of the editing part and going,
He's
oh, you
great
know what,
at
there's too
that.
many words in that joke. Or
Yeah.
maybe, but she has so many fabulous ideas. For me, it's just like sort of pulling it into one little thing. And that way, most of the time, I can be up in my room playing a game.
And I'll give him a script and he'll go that, and that out.
Love it.
Yeah.
And it's done. What
It's
is
great.
the game you play? Now I'm dying to
It's
know.
called Word
Games,
Blitz.
It sounds fascinating.
It's
what happens?
it's like Boggle. It's kind of like Boggle,
okay,
but you're
okay.
playing against people like your friends on Facebook, and you have like 3 minutes to get as many words as possible. I just like those kind of games because it gets my mind going.
Yeah, okay.
And also likes to win.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So you're playing with real people online.
I'm playing with
Word Blitz.
and all my dumber friends, so I
Yes.
just keep winning.
Very smart. Very smart. Well, it's lovely to see you in person. I'm
Lovely to
very
see
glad this
you.
happened, and
Yeah.
thank you guys. As I always say when I say thank you guys for just doing everything you do, bringing laughter and joy to everybody's lives through all of this. It's lovely. So
Well, yeah.
We've been
Back at
incredibly
you.
fortunate, so we're
Yeah.
get back, and then we're each getting 20,000 for this.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
I got like
Sorry.
an apple and a
Snakes,
sandwich.
snakes,
I think that was my thing.
You
I'd
don't
trade you the 20 grand for a
For
sandwich.
the okay, it's a
She's
deal.
very hungry.
Well, as I always say when I see you guys, thank you so much for everything you do, for making all of us laugh through all of this, and it's very nice to see you in person.
Oh, it's lovely to see you,
Our
Graham.
pleasure.
And we'll visit again very soon.
Be
and
well.
now I have to send you guys back, because I think
Oh.
we have a show to finish. So
We do.
Off you go.
Okay.
You have to stop talking.
Okay. Take care.
Okay, have fun.
Thanks. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're going to say.
I don't know.
We don't have
need
to be
apart.
No, because
We share a bubble.
yeah, on stage we can even like be together.
Oh, good.
All right, so let's
okay,
just- all right, we'll do
I'll
that.
join you in the intro.
All right, let me just explain. This is what is going to happen. Deb and I are going to improvise a soap opera before your very eyes. And throughout the scene, we'll be taking a piece of paper out of these baskets. Now, friends and family of the stage crew here and some of the crew have written down sentences. Once we pull that out, that will become the next line of dialogue in our scene. And we have to sort of justify it and just keep the scene going. So if it goes really well, it's because we're brilliant. If it sucks, it's because the crew's family,
Wrote bad
they
sentences.
just didn't
They
come
weren't
up to standards.
No.
All right, so why don't we do this as how about a soap opera
Great.
that takes place in Stratford?
Oh, wonderful.
All right.
Okay, good.
What,
Good.
Let's ask, what would the name of that be? As the
As the
swan
swan
turns,
turns.
they're swans.
Oh, as I live and breathe. Gargan.
Hello,
I-
Teresa. It's been a while, hasn't it? What is it, 15, 16 years?
I didn't think I'd see you darken the door. I heard you were back in town.
Yes, well, I'm in the road company of Hamilton, and we're doing some shows in Kingston tonight.
I heard it was the puppet version of Hamilton.
It still counts as art!
Oh, right, if you say so. What brings you here?
Well, you know, old memories, just seeing the old place. We did have some good times here.
Oh, yes.
Didn't we, Teresa?
We did have good times. I think I'm having a stroke.
It's all right. It may be my brilliance.
I don't think it's that.
I remember when I first walked into Stratford, all these many years ago, before I even had my first part. I just remember walking in and saying to myself, can I get a light? And can I get the light right here?
Yes.
Because I'm going to be a star on the stage.
Yes, that's where you always wanted the light, right here. Right here. No one else ever mattered to you. That's why you're not a team player. That's why you've never been a great actor. Are you in line?
No. I actually threw out my back. That's why I came here. I can't do tonight's puppet performance of Hamilton. So I came to see the chiropractor.
Oh, the disappointed throngs. I can only imagine. No puppets tonight. No puppets tonight.
I can hear the sarcasm in your voice. I still recognize emotion, Teresa.
It was intended sarcasm.
Whatever happened to you? You were never this bitter when we were lovers.
I was bitter then.
No,
yes.
you weren't. I remember we would make wild, passionate love. And when we were done, you would look me straight in the eye and go, does this need more salt?
Oh, you bet I did. Yes, I did indeed. But I remember our lovemaking days. I remember looking at you and saying, no way.
Way. Big way.
And yet you were passionate.
I was passionate, Teresa. What did it all go wrong? I remember the opening night of Romeo and Juliet. Even with our differences, we were quite the Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, we were. How I looked down from that balcony and saw you making out with the stage manager. Oh, yes, that was just one thing. I remember taking her aside later and saying, your camera is not working. She was trying to take pictures. She was going to blackmail me, and I assumed it was your idea. That's why I turned on you, like a viper.
I just have to say, the entire plan of hers was juvenile, taking pictures of me kissing her so she could blackmail you. I still never quite understood the point of it.
Neither did I, but it broke my heart.
I'll tell you what broke my heart. It was just before our big love scene in the balcony, and you looked down, and you said a line I'd never heard before, a line that William Shakespeare had never written. It's Friday.
It's Friday. I remember that.
Do you? I did not know what to say. I went into something from Coriolanus.
I was trying to be sentimental. Clearly you don't remember Friday from our first date. Don't you remember the very first thing you said to me when we went to dine at Friday? You turned to me, dapper as always, looking at me, beautifully turned out, groomed to the nines, and you said, better than a sharp stick in the eye. I remember thinking...
that just came off the top of my head.
I know.
I
That's all right. I thought he's saving the good stuff for later. And as it turns out, I was wrong, wasn't I, Gargan?
Yes, Teresa. I guess it's time for me to come clean. It wasn't all that the Hamilton play landed here very close to you. I came to see you because I have some bad news.
What?
Well, I have been feeling poorly lately, and I went to the doctor.
What is it, Gargan?
He looked at me and he said, "Where's my coffee?"
Oh, so unprofessional. Did it delay the inevitable?
He did. I gave him the coffee, and then he sped up the diagnosis right from there.
What did he say?
He sat me down, looked me straight in the eyes, and he said, "What's your Wi-Fi password?" I gave it to him. His was down for some reason, and he'd left all the files on...
Horrible.
Yes, on his Google. And then he finally said, "Just wanted to touch base."
Oh, dear. Well, I'll tell you something. He knew we'd be meeting. He knew you'd come to me. And he told me your diagnosis.
I don't think that's correct. Why would he tell you my
I
diagnosis?
don't know either. He said, "You're looking good."
Oh, well, that's...
I thought that was a good
I
start.
think that's a fine sign.
And then he said, "Rise and shine." I thought, well, things are looking up. I was very happy for you. And then he said, "Is that included?"
Oh, you.
I said, "What do you mean?
Oh,
Is there something that isn't supposed to be there?"
oh.
And he said, "Well, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't. I'm under the gun." I knew what he meant. Sort of.
I don't know what to say. First of all, I feel I should get another doctor. He shouldn't be telling you all that stuff before
I
he told
agree.
me.
And he asked me out. I said yes. I figured under the gun. I mean, I knew where he was going. I read between
This is
the
insane.
lines. I know it is.
My entire career could be finished. My health could be done. My crayon melted.
Oh, no.
It's for after signing autographs for the kids once they see Puppet Hamilton.
I know. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know how much you like signing
I
autographs.
love to sign autographs.
know.
I know you shouldn't be pulled in by the glamour of the profession.
I know.
I must admit that was a weakness, but I did enjoy the work.
And all those puppets without your hand up their asses. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Oh, if the puppets could talk, they'd turn to you in gratitude and say, "Where are my keys?" You know how they are.
I know.
They
Well, I
just
often
want to
used
borrow
my
the
keys
car.
to fill in some of the smaller holes at the top. I guess I should go.
No.
I just wanted to tell you, and oh, by the way, my father passed away. I know how much you loved him, and he always thought you were just one smart potato.
I know he did. I never thought he understood the phrase.
No, he didn't. but
That's all right. I
he-
know his intentions were pure.
He looked at me just before he passed away.
Oh.
With tears in his eyes, and he pushed himself up with all the strength he could muster. And he said, "Want to grab lunch?" And
You didn't have the heart,
well, I
did you?
didn't know how to tell him. And also, I thought if I take him to lunch, I'm going to have to pay.
Yes, of course. You haven't changed in that regard.
No.
Oh, if I'd only had one more moment with your father.
What?
He meant a lot to me.
Oh,
He was a
yes.
dear man.
A lovely man.
I would turn to him and say, "Great weather today."
Oh, I know how
Yes,
you
I
would talk
would.
about the weather for hours. It's all you ever did.
Oh, God, he was a boring human being.
Well,
But he had a good heart.
he did, and really that's the important thing. And I just wanted to apologize since I'm going to be leaving, shuffling off my mortal coil. I just want to apologize for everything I may have done to you, to hurt you. I always loved you, Teresa. No matter how often I tried to fight it, thoughts of you would just fill me at my deepest despair. Whenever I would think of you, a smile would come to my lips, and I'd say, "Where's the remote?"
Yes, you did. Time and time again.
Well, there was always something good on, better than the Weather Channel.
Yes. Gargan, let me ask you this.
Ask away. I shall answer if I can.
How long do you have?
They think maybe 30, 40 years.
Oh, I was going to suggest getting back together and I'd see you away, but...
Let's do it.
No,
No,
30,
that's...
40 years.
Why are we
Dear
fighting
God,
it?
dear
You
God
know
in
you
heaven.
want to.
Okay, yeah.
Look at this. This is the
Yes.
filling of your sandwich
Yes.
that you've been waiting so long to have
Yes.
someone pick up at the deli
Yes.
for you.
Well, absolutely. All right, then I guess against all odds, I will say to you, that's no good. It's no good.
Wow.
No, can't happen. Won't
No,
happen.
it was-
30, 40 years. I thought you were going to say a week, 2 weeks tops, you know.
I'm not
a
being
fortnight.
over dramatic.
Well,
I'm going then. I guess somewhere along the line, maybe on tour, I'll find some woman who will appreciate my artistry with the puppets, who will appreciate what I can give.
I hope you do. And when you do, because it's a when, not an if. Think of me with these last words to you. What a time.
What a time indeed. And think of this time. The last time we made love, remember, at the Chandelier Club?
Yes.
I'll never forget you swinging up there, twirling the cat and eating that shish kebab, and out of the side of your mouth saying, "Don't tell me what to do." You can't buy love like that anymore.
No, you can't.
I love you.
I love you, Gargan. Can I get a couple of comps? Just in case
I can get you house seats
All right, I'll take house seats.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, oh. Matinee.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Please.
We know you're clapping somewhere.
Sit
we
down.
hope you are.
Oh,
Yes,
look,
please.
someone threw virtual flowers.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
just
Put them
put
over
them in
there.
this virtual pot.
Well, I hope residents of Stratford take that in the sense of fun. We certainly weren't saying anything bad about
No,
Stratford.
we weren't.
We certainly would not want to insult any of the residents here, especially since we have quite an amazing one about to come up.
World-renowned.
Well, what can you say about Loreena McKennitt?
Well, she's a brilliant artist. She plays the harp, the piano,
Bunch of other stuff.
bunch
Sold
of
over
other
14
things, other
million
instruments.
albums.
Yeah.
Has an Order of Canada.
Yes.
2 Grammy nominations.
And
2
is an
Juno Awards.
environmentalist. She works for human rights and the environment. She is a well-rounded and beautiful human being.
And now we're so excited to be able to hear some uplifting, hopeful music that only she can provide. So enjoy.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, and I have loved you oh so long, delighting in your company. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold. Green sleeves was my heart of joy. And who but my lady Green sleeves? Thy petticoat of sandalite with gold embroidered gorgeously, thy petticoat of silk and white, and these I brought thee gladly. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves, my heart of gold. Green sleeves was my heart of joy. And who but my lady Green sleeves? I have been ready at your hand to grant whatever thou wouldst crave. I have waged both life and land, your love and goodwill for to have. Green sleeves was my delight, green sleeves was my heart of gold, green sleeves was my heart of joy, and who but my lady, Queen Sleeves. The Nama, the hero, the sun, nor the furious winter's righteous, nor thy worldly task hath done, not come contained by wages, golden nets and carols are massed, as chimney sweepers come to dust, scented learning freezing must. Oh,
Loreena, how are you?
I'm well, Graham.
Nice to see you here.
Nice to see you here.
Do you mind if I pull up a socially distanced chair and we
That
have
would
a
be
little chat?
fantastic.
You're going to have to endure me setting up a chair.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll luck out and oh, look at this. It doesn't always
Great.
happen that way. Yes, it's beautiful here. I feel like I'm in an easy chair. How are you?
Need to put the legs up.
Yeah, I do.
I'm well.
It's very nice to get a chance to chat with you because we have crossed paths so many times in our lives, and in fact your house is a few doors down from mine on Coburg, I think, but we have never had a chance to actually speak, so
Right.
I'm a huge admirer and fan, so
Oh, thank
it's
you.
very lovely to
Thank
chat.
you. Great to speak with you.
Yeah. Okay, I want to start, you've been asked this a million times, but I'm fascinated, so, because I had a similar start to my career as an artist. I was meant to be a lawyer, and I sort of shifted into being an artist, and I know you've been asked this a million times, but I think you intended to be a vet. Do I have
Yes,
this
yes,
right?
yes.
And something steered you. Your mother was a nurse, and your
My mother was a nurse
Yeah,
and my
okay.
father was a livestock dealer.
Okay.
So I grew up in a small rural community in Manitoba.
Okay.
And around, farming life and it was a very musical community, rich with a German Mennonite constituency and a lot of music. But I always thought I would be a veterinarian, at least that's what I aspired to be. So I maintain that music chose me rather than me it.
I like
it
that.
sort of offered me some opportunities, and I knew I would always wonder how far or what I would do in music. So I kind of left the Department of Agriculture at the University of Manitoba and pursued music.
So you were on your way, because I had a room booked at law school and thought a similar thing. I said I'll give it a year to get it out of my skin, and then I'll
Right.
decide that acting isn't for me. But that's fantastic. And of course the community helped you, enriched you in those early days.
Yes, it very much nurtured, the musical instinct. And it was a time when folk music was still strong, and I bought a little guitar and taught myself to play it upside down and backwards, and got involved in the Winnipeg Folk Festival when it began.
Okay.
And then in 1981, I auditioned for the Stratford Festival Theatre as a chorus person. So I was performing as an ant in HMS Pinafore. here in
HMS. So I want to get to 81 because 81 happens to be the year I came to Stratford, and my first year was 82 at the festival
Okay.
as a young I was a fairy in the Merry Wives of Windsor, but I call myself a forest gnome. Or something.
Right,
But yeah, so that was John Hirsch's time, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah,
John
yeah, yeah.
Hirsch was here.
So HMS Pinafore and what
and
else?
then I went on to understudy Portia and Julius Caesar, and
my
went on to
gosh.
do it one night. Also Raina and Arms and the Men.
Okay.
But I sang the part of Ceres in The Tempest, and that was Michael Langham directing.
Oh yeah.
And then the third year, I was asked to compose music for a one-man show that Douglas Campbell did on William Blake.
Yes.
And the fourth year to compose and perform music live for a production of Two Gentlemen of Verona that was done at the third stage. So after that, I headed off in the next chapter of my career.
So it steered you as well somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah.
Now Douglas, I wanted to chat for a second about him because he's had an impact on both our lives. And I've heard you speak. I want to get a bit into the creative process because I'm fascinated. I've watched you speak about this a bit, and you've talked about a creative spirit almost visiting you in a way that sort of moves through you. And Douglas had a great thing he would chat about. That he talked about an ectoplasm in live space that from the performer to the audience was an actual ectoplasm from the mouth, from the heart, from the head that connects people. You strike me, obviously your music is so spiritual in a way. Is that something that rings a bell in your music?
Yes, it does. I mean, when I'm looking at research or sources of inspiration, I'll often use travel literature. I'll travel myself, but most certainly the creative gathering occurs through a multiple sensory kind of experience. And I would say even the 4 years being at the theater and hearing, and the rituals of it all, the canon, the fanfare, the lights going down, the bell, all these are kind of like a sanctuary, but a multiple sensory kind of space. So I feel I'm appreciating more and more as I get older how those senses are this never-ending course of absorbing information and then delivering that back out through whatever.
And as a performer, you would say probably that you get as much back as you give in a way when that connection is there.
Yes,
it fuels you because certainly these days when we can't have a bit of live performance, I miss it so much. I miss the ectoplasm.
Half the equation is missing.
It is, yeah. It just goes one way usually. I think Bill Hutt used to talk about being on sets and saying he missed hearing an audience breathe.
Right,
it's that breath that makes it. That gives that back and forth.
And where you become one. You become one with your, and it is a give and take. And if the audience is sitting there a bit stiffer, it certainly is, it's a bit harder.
Sometimes you give and you don't get the take. I've been in those nights too, I think. I heard you talk about something that really struck me because I was speaking a couple of years ago with Robert Lepage, and I was saying that when I go run in Stratford, I usually run around the river, and my best ideas come when I run because, I don't know why, because probably I'm consumed with something else and I'll end a run and come up with this great idea. And I mentioned this to Robert and he said, well, Roger Waters used to go to a studio where he would have something in his periphery that would fly by so he could come up with these ideas. And I heard you speak, I think, about being in Tuscany and driving and coming up with your ideas.
Oh my goodness, you've really done your
well,
homework.
But only because it stuck out, because I'm like, that's that same idea that somehow you...
Well, it's like the brain needs some constant stimulation, and that there can be this muscle memory trap when your environment seems to be the same. So when I was working on the Book of Secrets, I sort of holed up in this wonderful rustic Tuscan farmhouse, and I would have my books on the big table, and then after I'd be reading something, I'd get in the car with my tape recorder and I just drive. And so long as the scenery was constantly changing, and things would seem to move around almost subconsciously, and I would want to grab those lyrical moments or those little melodies as I was driving, because they would occur quite spontaneously and that would be connected to what I've always felt was the kind of visit. Sometimes this visit occurred. You could create the conditions in which it might happen. It's like going fishing. On a rainy day, first thing in the morning, doesn't mean you're going to catch something.
No, and it's often when you're least suspecting it that it comes, I guess. Yes. So on those occasions, do you write it down? Do you just sort of put it to memory? When
I'll have to write it down, or I'll record it on a little, recording device, and then I'll take all those little pieces and stitch them together. And
Right. So, in talking about the center and the beautiful Knox Church and that space, having a space to create, I think is wonderful. And I've also heard you speak about taking the necessity away of economy, of trying to create something with selling it in mind, that somehow we need to separate that from what we do as artists and just have a space that's free to create. So,
yeah, I think those kinds of spaces are so invaluable to creative people. And as the real estate market becomes sort of out of balance, that part of the ecosystem seems to be difficult to support or provide. And yet whatever the artistic discipline is, that's their running comment.
see, they're creating right now. The geese are
The
angry.
last interview I did down here about 20 years
See,
ago was the same thing.
You're communing with nature. They're speaking to you.
But I do think these spaces are very, very integral,
Yeah.
and can be overlooked in the pursuit of commerce.
Absolutely, yeah.
So once one understands how vital that ecosystem is, it really is up to, I think, we've got company.
See, listen, I got to hang around
See,
you more often.
I wanted to be that vet.
This is like Snow White.
Yeah,
all
fair
the
enough.
animals come.
That's
here.
Mildred and that's Murray.
You don't even have to play your harp and they're coming. I love this. Yeah, I mean, it is so important. And as you say, as real estate, certainly when things become commercial, you lose a sense of that creativity and and being an artist, I think.
Yeah, and where you're driven through the commodification of it. I mean, I think there can be a place for the commodification of art, but I hate to think that it's driven by that. I
Yeah.
really like the feeling that people have. They're not necessarily following fashion. They're following something unique to their own experience and manifesting something that comes from that. So when one looks at a community, whether it's cities like Toronto or Montreal or wherever, and here in Stratford, having a diversity of spaces that you can work in that are accessible and that are themselves inviting and inspiring, and I think a connection to history. And that's part of what, like, I set up my own writing station at Knox Church. I call it upstairs in the belfry since '91 when I worked on the
Really?
visit. Yeah, I have many fond memories of working on The Lady of Shalott there, Bonnie
my gosh.
Portmore.
I was just saying this morning, I used to sing in the boy choir in Knox Church. We would perform there, and I would do Kiwanis Music Festival there too. So it's a part of my. So there you go.
Wow,
it's
nice.
filled with art.
Yeah.
So my final question would be, this is called Stratford Signatures, and you've chosen to create and make Stratford your home. What about the town would you say has helped create your signature, or in essence, what would you love your signature to be? If we can talk about an artistic legacy, that's a big question.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, first of all, I feel very comfortable here. There's some dimension of it that reminds me of my hometown in Manitoba, being an agricultural community, not very large. So you get to know people, people know you, and I like that kind of intimacy. And there's a diversity, and of course there's an artistic community here, so you can be an artist without feeling completely out of whack. But and I think the fabric of that artistic community gives you enough moral support to go and do your own thing. But I think psychologically, it's also it's a wonderful place to come home to.
Yeah.
And I think rather than being forever a nomad, it's very.
nice.
So in terms of my signature, I don't know.
Let me step in if I can, as a fan and a listener of your music. I would say that your signature, whenever I listen to your music, there's just a beautiful spirituality and connection, an ectoplasm, so to speak, that does come through the airwaves. And I've just enjoyed your music so much. We're very, very lucky to have you, that you've decided to make your home here in Stratford, a great inspiration for many generations to come. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat today.
Thank you. Been a pleasure.
shine where you stand, and the more I think on you, the more I think long. If I had you now as I had once before, all the lords of old England would not purchase Portmore. Bonnie Portmore, I am sorry to see such a woeful destruction of your ornamentary, for it stood on your shores for many's the long day, till the longbirds from that whim came to float them away. Bonnie Portmore, you shine where you stand, and the more I think on you, the more I think long. If I had you now as I had once before, all the lords of old England would not purchase Portmore. All the birds in the forest, they bitterly weep, saying, where shall we shelter, where shall we sleep? For the oak and the ash, they are all cut and down, and the walls of bonny Portmore are all down to the ground. Oh, bonny Portmore, you shine where you stand, and the more I think on you, the more I think long. If I had you now as I had once before, all the lords of old England would not purchase Portmore. Finama the heat of the sun, north winter's furious rages, now thy worldly task hath done, home art gone and in thy wages, golden nets and girls must, as chimney sweepers come to dust, the sceptred learning physic must all follow this and come to dust. Finama the frown of the great, thou art past the tyrant stroke, care no more to clothe and to eat. To thee the reed is as the oak. Septet learning physigmast, chimney sweepers come to dust. Oh, lovers young, oh, lovers must all follow these and come to dust.
Ladies
And
gentlemen,
it's
been
a
magical
evening
with
you,
and
us.
the
Stratford
area
has
so
much
talent,
It's
incredible.
and
We
are
so
honored
to
be
a
part
of
this
entire
show.
Remember,
When
you're
in
Stratford.
next,
Don't
feed
the
swans. Good night.